Yo, what's up? This is Cyber here today. We're here today to talk about Hide or Die. They just dropped an update about testing phase 1.5 info. So they got some new servers going up. They got them configured up. The test will only be 2 days. It will be December 14th till the 16th. All you have to do, if you're part of the beta, is to download it on Steam on Friday evening. What is the changes in phase 1.5? As you know, we set out surveys gathering feedback from our first test phase, and about 20% of the testers respond. We took the feedback, made some changes, addressed this feedback. No, we had no intentions to making any changes for the test. We couldn't resist pushing ourselves to sneak in some in. We details some of them. The first thing is about the map. First thing we addressed are some map changes that we need to be made. Feedback called out the river map has been too spread out, having bad players pathing, some collision issues. We're opening up some additional paths to allow players to get to the power tower easier without having to run around a large cliff structure. Interesting point have been moved off the edge and pulled in closer. We added a large dam structure on one side of the map, which should help the components of the map be too dark and difficult to traverse. Here are some screenshots of which they change. I think it looks pretty cool. Dam is a cool thing to a river. That's an awesome feature. I think that'll help a lot. And then they show a picture of the different paths you can take to get to the exit point in that map. Then they decided to cycle out the swamp map as we take care of some needed things in that map. So they're adding the community map, which was the first Kickstarter stretch goal. This map was funded by you, designed by you, and has early development streamed by Chris and Mac. Although the map is not finished, we wanted to get you in the round of testing to see how it plays out. Here are some screenshots of the current state of the map, all daylight, to see them better. So they showed the Wonder World, that's what they're calling the map. The theme park, and I think it looks awesome. There's a lot of details to it. I think it looks cool. I hope it looks scarier in the dark. Next thing to talk about is gameplay. There's probably the most important changes we added into phase 1.5, which are in the direct results of feedback received in the survey. With more changes coming in phase 2, and generally what we're asking for / need are the following: more encounters, close call encounters between survivors and the hunter, get an instant kill in hideable, deceptive hiding. Survivors need a better reason to risk death by completing fuse bosses. Hunters are not knowing what they need to be defending. So this is all stuff they wanted to fix and see if these fixes will fix it before 2.0. So the number of fuse bosses ready to be active state that are now capped at 3. The location of these now also show up on the HUD of the hunter, giving them a clear objective. They address the feedback on the hunter being stuck just wandering around the map with no clear decision. This also gives survivors a less overwhelming choice of what fuse bosses to complete. Previously, there could be up to 9 different fuse bosses to complete. We thought originally there's more choices would be better, but simply it just ended up separating the hunters and the survivors, and it turned removing the pressure of fear from survivors. With the limited few bosses changed, we have made more adjustments to the power system. Now when a few bosses is complete, it starts the timer for power crate to open. There is 1 power crate per fuse box. It can be found in the general area around the fuse box and currently contains legendary supplies. These crates will open in a short period after you complete the fuse box, so hiding around the area so you can pick up the supplies inside. Don't worry, you're the only one who can pick them up. In the future, we would like to contain various items the survivor can use throughout the course of the match. Once the fuse box is active, there is a cooldown of roughly 30 seconds for each fuse box to become ready to active. Somewhere else in the map, this allows us to increase the number of tense encounters, their locations, and still have control over the number of fuse boxes required for each section. Based on the remaining survival count, this placeholder model will be seen in 1.5 testing, and this is currently implementing on the power crate. So here's a picture of the power crate. It's nothing any too fancy. It's just a set in stone for right now. They'll make it look a lot better. I think that's a cool idea. It actually gives you a reason to want to actually do the fuse boxes, because you're going to get supplies to be able to earn stuff like different clothing, different faces, a whole bunch of other stuff that they'll be putting in the game. And I think that's a great idea. That gives you some reason to do the power, not just wait around for everyone else to do it. With these fuse boxes changes, we will no longer get kicked out of the fuse boxes when someone else is activating one, which forces you to wait for a cooldown to get back on and complete. We heard that it was a painful point, and this should be resolving it. And that's the one thing I did complain in my survey, saying I was trying to do a fuse box, and every time I tried to go into it, someone would activate one, and I'd get kicked out, and I'd never get to do one. So I think that's a great idea, because if I'm on it, I could do it, and then just hide around, wait, and come and go do it. Pretty much, that's a great idea. Now they're going to talk about servers. Now the servers were another piece of feedback we had. The server location, they had servers that were around them, closer to their headquarters. We're happy to announce that we now have servers for this test in the USA, East and West, and Europe. Now they're going to talk about hideables. You will no longer instantly assassinate where found it in a hideable. The header will pull you out, where you will have a slim chance of getting away. One survivor item / perks are implemented into the game. We expect this count to be much more tense. In this test phase, you'll still probably die right away. So if you get caught in a hideout, you're probably going to die. But once the perks and other stuff gets added, the chances will get slimmer to slimmer. I think that's a good thing. And here's an example of all the pull-out animations. I'll show you that to you guys. And that's all they have for this. Now, as I said, this is a very short update, but they are heading in the right direction to give you a reason to play, try to give you more intense encounters. Hopefully, it fits the music a little bit. That's the other problem I had, was like the heartbeat would get louder, and it just fall flat. Like there was nothing to it. That was my other feedback to it. But if you guys are in the beta, I hope you guys enjoy the short beta. I'm going to try to get in some days. Hopefully I don't work too long where I can't get in. And hopefully the server, everything's working fine. And I'll see you guys in the next video about how to die.
And I will never miss my chance to get now. And I will always win.
Attention viewer, if you enjoyed that video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe.